Greetings all, I'm Bill Vencil. This is Chords of Orion, and on today's video we're going to look at the UAFX Orion, a really cool delay pedal with an even cooler name. Oh yeah, let's check it out. Today's video is sponsored by Sweetwater, my favorite music instrument retailer. Thank you, Sweetwater, for making this video possible. The Orion is part of Universal Audio's UAFX line of pedals. As you can see, it's a small form factor. It's smaller than the original line of UAFX pedals. It has one purpose in life. One purpose in life only, if pedals have a life, and that is to emulate a Maestro Echoplex EP3 tape echo machine. All right, let's go ahead and engage the Orion and see what we get. Oh yeah. Now that is a tape echo, an Echoplex tape echo if I ever heard one. And I actually have. I used to use one way back in the day. I really like the way UA has put this pedal together with all of the different components and factors of the original Echoplex. One of the first things I noticed was that they've got a preamp section that emulates the old Echoplex preamp. Here's my guitar tone without the preamp engaged. Now let me go ahead and turn the preamp on and listen to the way the tone changes. Oh man, isn't that cool? So when you engage the preamp option on this pedal, you get a fatter, more mellow sound. This actually, for me, is going to be an always-on feature, whether I'm using the pedal for delay or just in line. I can see me always wanting that fat preamp tonality. There are 3 tape age settings, and it's controlled by the little mini switch in the middle of the pedal. The first setting is called Mint, and this replicates what UA kind of calls a new old stock Echoplex that was found in a closet with a brand new tape. So here's what that sounds like. Yeah, it's a pretty clean tape echo. Now let's go ahead and try the middle setting, and that is worn. So this would be a used Echoplex. Not terribly used, but it is used, and the tape's got a little more age on it. Yeah, you can hear it sounds a little worn. Now let's try the last tape age setting, and that is old. Here we go. Oh yeah, you can hear, yeah, I'll just say it here. You can hear there's less headroom in the delay repeats, and there's more distortion. That is definitely an old tape. Now, let me go ahead and put it back to Mint, and I want to discuss the input level. or the record level on the pedal. So this emulates the input level of an original Echoplex. If you've ever seen one, there's an input or record level knob, and this was to let you achieve the optimal signal level coming into the unit. Well, UA's got a similar dynamic here. If I have the record level turned all the way down, you can hardly hear the delay repeats. And I'll bring that up, and now we'll hear them a lot better. Now I want to emphasize that this is different from the mix knob in the upper right-hand corner. That acts like a traditional mix knob on any pedal, where you go from 0 all the way dry to 100 all the way wet. I've got it in the middle. But I want you to listen to what happens when I really crank the record level on the pedal. Okay, pretty clean. Let's go ahead and crank that level up to about 9 o'clock or 3 o'clock. You can hear we're introducing distortion. And it's a different character of distortion than the old tape age setting. This is actually coming from the circuit, and it's coming from overdriving the tape level itself. Let me bring it all the way up. Now let's go ahead and try an elevated recording level with the old tape age setting. Yeah, you can get some really nice saturated tape delay echoes going with these two settings, the tape age and the record level. All right, the next knob I want to discuss is in the middle of the pedal, and it's called Wonk. And this control adds wow and flutter to the tape delay repeats. Wonk is all the way up right now, and I've got the tape age set to mint. Let's check that out. Yeah, you can hear how the repeats become a little choppier and the pitch wobbles a little bit, and that's the Wonk with mint. Now let's go ahead and try the Wonk with worn. That's the middle tape age setting, and see what we get. It's really interesting how the Wonk character changes with the difference in the tape age settings. So let's go ahead and try the old and see what we get. Oh, there we go, right. So it's all wow and flutter, but with tape age comes a difference in the character of the wow and flutter. The Orion has a delay range of up to 700 milliseconds. Here's the shortest delay time. Here's the longest delay time. I always tended to use longer delay times on the Echoplex. I always thought it sounded really cool, and they were right around that 700 millisecond kind of time. All right, let's talk about feedback. And this is a really cool feature on this pedal. We can go from no feedback. Yeah. And if we turn the delay time to a very short very short delay, we're going to get that slap thing. Yeah, and if we turn it up a little bit, we're going to start getting, more distinct delay times. But what happens if we crank the feedback? You've been listening to a lot of settings with the feedback right at 50%. Let's bring it up to about 75%. Yeah. Do you think we can get this into self oscillation mode? Yeah, let's try it, about 90%. That's really cool. Now, one of the things I want to show you is that when you set it to self-oscillate, if you keep playing, I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but the Orion seems to at least respect what you're playing a little bit and doesn't allow the self-oscillation to totally wash out whatever you're playing. So I'm going to bring the mix down just a bit. We'll set the feedback up to about 90%. And Wonk in the middle, and I'm going to go ahead and start playing. And I'm just going to keep playing, and you'll hear the self-oscillation, but you'll also hear me still playing my stuff. All right, for my last example, I've paired the Orion with a UAFX golden reverberator, which is on the floor. I've got it set to kind of a big, long kind of reverb, just to let you hear what this delay sounds like when you combine it with a really nice sounding reverb or maybe another delay pedal. Here we go. Who is this pedal for? One type of guitarist would be somebody who's got an old Fender Deluxe Reverb, plays vintage sounding music, has a very simple pedal board, and wants a really, really cool vintage sounding delay pedal. It's definitely for that type of guitarist. It's also for ambient guitarists. And I can see, and I have tried, incorporating this pedal into a larger set of pedals with different delay pedals and reverbs, and it plays really well, and it adds that tapey vibe into the mix, which you can then take and make it even more complex and evolving by adding in other pedals. So I think it really has a couple of great uses. So thanks again to Sweetwater for sponsoring this video. I've got a playlist here of other UAFX pedals that I've demoed here on the channel. I encourage you to check them out, and I'll see you over on those videos.